Welcome to continuing coverage of the GAC Volleyball Media Day. At this time, representing Harding, we have head coach Meredith Fear, joined by Sarah Morehead. Coach, as we've done with everybody so far today, we just had you open with an opening comment about the team and how the fall has started, and then Joy and I will have some questions for you and Sarah, and then that will be it. So without further ado, Coach, welcome, and the floor is yours.
Hi, yeah, thank you. We are really looking forward to the fall. We are actually sitting in some sort of room at the campus of Arkansas State. We're scrimmaging them in just a little bit. So that's going to be our first time of, seeing someone else on the other side of the floor. And I think we're really looking forward to that. We're definitely a seasoned team, an experienced team. Of our 15, 9 of them are what I'm calling in their fourth year. A lot of them plan to stay for a fifth. So that has its ups and downs. The ups is we were able to get into our system and get to high level things in practice really quickly. The downs is, they're older. They're 22 and feeling some stuff in preseason. So we're working through that with 9 of them. But it's been great so far. We're really excited about what we're seeing.
Well, that's different than what we've heard from a number of coaches already, that you have that many that are not only upperclassmen, but fourth-year players. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, Sarah, and I'm going to ask you first. Coach pretty much just called you out and told you were old and that you're feeling aches and pains. I mean, is this anything you want to address?
I think I'm feeling pretty good. We had a really good strength and conditioning program this spring, and we kept up with it through the summer. So I'm actually feeling the best I've felt of any preseason I've been in, like the least sore, no really injuries happening, but we do have some injuries lingering around from the past with some of our girls, but for the most part, we're pretty healthy, which is really good.
Sure. Well, that's good. I was just going to tell you didn't look any worse for wear. So I just wanted to keep that going. Coach, obviously, you've been around the program and the league for quite a while now and picked tied for second in the preseason poll. What does that mean to you? Is it just a number, or how do the girls feel about that?
We haven't really addressed it or talked about it. I think they probably have seen that and have known. I think that we are really confident in ourselves that, every year we are a contender to be at the top and to win and to be, maybe if we don't even finish first in regular season, like fight for that championship at the tournament. So I think we definitely still have that confidence. I think though, sometimes you can get wrapped into the end result and lose some of the journey and some of the process. So I think this year, my goal as a coach is just to lead them more in the process. And if, every team is valuable, every team can compete for sure, that we're going to play in our conference. And so if a team, that is ranked below us on that poll does really well and is up 2-0, and then all of a sudden all this fear creeps in because we're supposed to be better than all that supposed to be stuff, really trying to let go of that and just playing every match in the moment, knowing with confidence that we're for sure good enough to win them all.
I think you may have answered this question, so I'm going to go ahead and answer it or ask it anyway, because I wanted to see you have a history. You're right. You are perennially one of the better teams in the conference, according to, the numbers, the way it all plays out. Sarah, you've been there for a while, and you were talking about other players. I mean, there are a lot of players. In light of that, and in not wanting things to become old hat, how do you keep things fresh so that, hey, here we are in 22-23, it's a new year and you have to go out and play those matches?
Yeah, I think we talk a lot to, the legacy of our program and wanting to uphold that standard of what people expect from Harding without putting undue pressure on ourselves that's going to then work against us instead of for us. So using that as motivation and momentum to want to keep this Harding tradition rich and alive. And, we had a tough fall last year. For a lot of reasons, there's no doubt about it. That fall was tough for us. And I don't think finishing fourth was any of our plans, and not definitely where we want to be again. But we're working hard to get back up on top. That's our goal. That's where we want to be.
Sarah, we've been talking with players over the course of the morning and into the afternoon now that are versatile players. I think you fit the bill there as well. Obviously doing your job as a setter with better than 10 assists per set, but 2.4 digs per set, third on the team in blocks as well. And I know that you enjoy sneaking in a kill every now and again, maybe like a no-look pass or something to get that across. Talk about your play and how you enjoy just playing a multifaceted role.
Honestly, it's just really fun because out of all the positions, I basically get to do everything. I get to play defense, I get to set, I get to block, I get to occasionally get a kill. And so I just really enjoy being like kind of in that role where I get to do it all. And it just is really, it's exciting, I guess, just to be doing all of it, whereas other positions are just doing one certain thing.
Coach, I know you can talk about all the players on your team, but you have one sitting next to you right now. So take the opportunity to talk about her.
Oh, well, let me. No, she's fantastic. I mean, to have a fourth year starting setter, 5-1 setter, it's just something that's rare, and fully aware of that. And just the consistency and the congruency and the leadership that she brings. And we're not done. Like, that's a thing. Like, she's planning to stay for her 5th, I think, unless she wants to make breaking news right now. That's the plan. And so we're not like tapped out. We're not done. Like, there's still room for improvement, things that she's working on in the gym every day, getting the extra reps. I mean, she just has the work ethic and the talent and the likability from her teammates. I mean, it's a one-in-a-kind player, and I'm just really thankful and glad she chose to choose us and stick with us through the whole time.
Coach, I enjoy breaking news, but for Harding fans, that's news we don't want to break right here today. We'll save that. Eric?
No, this is hardly a breaking news forum. This is we'll work on that for future media days to break news of events. But Sarah, as a group of a core of 8-9 seniors that have been here for the 3 years, do you guys take it more upon yourself? Is it something that's unspoken about integrating, newcomers and those that are fresh to the program, or is that something that coach still takes a lead on?
I think it's self-initiated within our team. We actually, before preseason started, we all 9 seniors got together at our house, and we just talked about how we wanted to make sure that everyone felt included, because having such a large upperclassmen class can be overwhelming, being a freshman or a sophomore coming in and looking up to like such a big core group. And so we are have a lot of things that we just have as standards in our gym and in the locker room and at team dinners, that we're trying to make sure that everyone feels included, that it's a family group, not just like the seniors. And so I feel like it's team initiated.
Coach, headed to Texas and headed to Kentucky. Get things started before you have a chance to see what the GAC is going to look like against Henderson State.
Yes, I'm excited about those trips. I think we have a good mix of challenging yet winnable matches. We're taking on Berry and DBU and St. Ed's, which are always really great programs from all different regions. And then second weekend, some teams we're not as familiar with, St. Anselm and Lincoln Memorial. But we're just excited to go to kind of a different area and see some different competition. I think Henderson will be at that tournament, so I'm sure we will be watching each other play that weekend as well. And then we're hosting the third weekend after we play Henderson. We'll have some matches at home. And so that's going to be really nice just to get a good mixed level, multifaceted amount of games that a lot of people can get some touches and playing time, and just use that time to work out what the best combination is going to be for us going into conference.
Coach, with this year being a festival year and thus the early, I think you'll have maybe an early advantage having a veteran group, so that everybody's maybe not as thrown off by the earlier start schedule.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so. Like that's definitely the the advantage, that we should be able to hit the ground running and day one and not really have a whole lot. We have a lot of versatility on our team, girls, especially in our attackers, that can play multiple positions. And so literally before we got on the call, I'm sitting with Sarah, like, before we throw out here and play with Arkansas State, what are we feeling connection wise on this player in this position versus over here? And so those are kind of the decisions that we're making. But yeah, having this much experience, yeah, the goal would be that we can step out on the floor day one and not have a lot of kinks to work out. And then we also added some new girls that have really bright futures and potential. And we'll probably see some time, and that's to the girls' credits and to what Sarah was saying. They've integrated them so quickly and so well, that we didn't miss a beat in preseason. And, I'm really excited to see how we can put it together.
So Sarah, with this large group of this senior class that you've been together with for going on 4 years, who is the one that you're most likely to borrow something from their closet?
Allie Stoner. We have very similar style, and we were roommates for 3 years. So naturally, we always were borrowing from each other, but also not even just borrowing, just accidentally matching. Like, we have a lot of the same clothes, so it's kind of funny.
And then how about on the other side, who's maybe fashion sense is someone that you would be more apt to steer away from? Whose
fashion would I have to steer away from?
Yeah, not saying they have a bad taste or poor taste, just this, it doesn't align with what you would be caught or you'd be seen wearing it frequently.
That's hard.
These are the breaking news questions.
Probably Gracia. She has an edgier style than me, and so I'm more just kind of basic, and she's really trendy, and so you probably wouldn't catch me seeing many or wearing many of her clothes.
Well, hopefully it doesn't cause a rift in the locker room after that. Hey, the answer. Coach, best of luck here in the fall to you and your team. Sarah, thank you for joining us as well. Best of luck to Harding here in the fall.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For those sticking around with us, coming up here at 1 o'clock, we have Ouachita Baptist. But until then, we will talk to you in 7 minutes with the Tigers. Thank you.
Bye.